All right. In an ongoing effort to try to offer practical information, historical perspective, uh, let people know what we are all supporting and working on in terms of advocacy, activism, and what have you. And we tend to intersect with today's guest quite often in those regards, whether it be Sons and Daughters United, Great Lakes Expungement Network, the Redemption Foundation. Some people have had the opportunity within the company to meet Josey Scoggin. Not everybody has, but probably everybody will over time. Hopefully, she makes it to the stores and people become more aware of what's going on with a lot of her efforts and are working with her and supporting a lot of those efforts. And we'll have a long time relationship of doing a lot of good work together. But we are extremely proud and happy to be working with you, Josey, and I just want people to know a little bit more about what's going on and give people an overview of what's happening and anything else of importance that you'd like to let us know.
Thank you, Jamie. Hello to all my friends at Meds Cafe, my favorite dispensary in all of Michigan. I'm so grateful to be here with you guys. I'm the director at the Redemption Foundation. Our president, Ryan Basor, was incarcerated in federal prison for growing cannabis. He didn't get out until 2016, 2017. And when he did, he immediately started putting money on the books for other federal cannabis prisoners. It really launched what would become the Redemption Foundation prior to starting Redemption Canna. As you guys know, we have a variety of great products from Redemption, everything from flour to concentrates and our favorite 10 packs of the pre-rolls. 10% of all the proceeds from the Redemption products go back to the Redemption Foundation. We do job placement, expungement, and reentry work. Last year, we unleashed our GED readiness program, which not only exists for current and former cannabis prisoners, but also for their families. The idea that people go to prison and they're the only ones that are paying for it is really not truthful, right? And it's the people that are left on the outside that have issues with continuing their education or really just being an active member of society. Our expungement program launched in May of 2021. We saw 300 applications in the first 3 days. We quickly knew that running this through the Redemption Foundation was not going to be possible, that we needed more people, that we needed a collection of folks. And we launched the Great Lakes Expungement Network thereafter, which Meds Cafe has been a consistent and constant supporter of. The network is really a collection of businesses and attorneys and nonprofits that are dedicated to expunging records. We've done over 800 records applications for expungement since our launch 18 months ago, and over 1,300 eligibility screenings. That's $1.4 million in free legal care. And expungements are so much more than I want a better house or I want a better job. It's present parenting. It's I want to teach Girl Scouts. It's I want to go on a field trip with my kids. It's I already did the crime and I did the time. How long will I have to pay for this? This for 420, we are officially launching a campaign that's been really near and dear to our hearts. A prison support campaign that gives direct money on commissary for federal cannabis prisoners just like Ryan. We're launching the campaign starting with Danny Trevino, who is from here in Michigan. He ran a series up to 32, I guess, dispensaries in and around the caregiver days. You may remember Hydro World is one of the first leaders in Michigan cannabis. He was sentenced to 15 and a half years in federal prison. His daughter will be 20 years old when he gets out. This holiday season and every holiday season to come, we do a holiday grant, and we're so happy to work with Meds Cafe this year. We, of course, get all of the gifts that people are asking for, but we also want to meet people where they are. Last year, we bought 7 beds, the bed frames, the whole shebang. We had a family of 3 children who had never had their own bed before. So providing things like that last outside of the holiday season, outside of gifts, are important to us. We also built a wheelchair ramp. We bought braces for like leg braces. Every year we will get people with visual impairments and we'll buy things like sign language instruction or braille. And really, none of it would be possible without working within the community and mostly with businesses like Meds Cafe. Um, at the Redemption Foundation, it has been quite a joy to see how quickly we grow. The more products that we sell, the higher our budget is. But really, none of that works out unless the people behind it are really supporting the mission and understanding where that money goes. So if you or any of your friends are looking for an expungement, please go to the redemptionfoundation.org/expungement. If you guys are looking to get involved in any of our programs, including our GED readiness program, or to join our letter writing campaign, visit theredemptionfoundation.org for more information. I'm so grateful to be a part of the Meds Cafe family. Thank you for supporting everything that we do here. You know, cannabis should be affordable, it should be accessible, and it should mean something. And with Redemption, that's what we're working to do.
That's very cool. And I just put the if anybody wants to inquire a little bit further, that's correct, right? Redemptionfoundation.org.
It's the Redemption Foundation.
Yeah, of course. I screwed it up. Why not? All right. Well, I appreciate that, and that's kind of a snippet. That's a lot of stuff there, and it's very intense and profound. A lot of stuff that you said in a very short period of time equals improving the quality of a lot of people's lives in a lot of different areas for a lot of different reasons, and it's obviously why we support your efforts. I know that you're working with Redemption Foundation with the philosophy that you described. Starting with Ryan Basor, wanting to correct the wrongs from the war on drugs, specifically cannabis as the low-hanging fruit. And that foundation has gone to help a lot of other efforts to get started and also support ones that are already doing good work. And, you exemplify all of those things with Sons and Daughters United and with Great Lakes Expungement Network as well. And if you want to just discuss some of the distinguishments between those.
Yeah, so I'm really proud of the work that we do, and I think that's something that resonates with me and what resonates with a lot of the budtenders and a lot of the folks in the industry that I know, is that I want my work to align with my purpose, right? My values. I want to do something that is valuable. It is so much more than wanting to smoke weed and get high, although I am very good at that and I do enjoy that as well, right? But the industry is so human and it involves so many moving parts and the ability to make an impact. And also, when we're making money off of this, and I mean that maybe as a business standpoint, but also as an employee, there is a certain obligation while people are still in prison to either have skin in the game, meaning went to jail for this, I belong here, I already was doing it, you could come to my house on a Tuesday and I'll hook you up, or put your money where your mouth is. And so for Redemption, I'm really proud that Ryan does both, and it's something that resonates with me because I want to I value my place in this industry. I want to be a part of the greatest cannabis industry in the United States, and I believe that Michigan is that. We have the most accessible in terms of ownership, in terms of numbers, in terms of affordability and the prices. We're the most accessible industry in the United States, and there's very easy for people to get involved in just anything. And a lot of the people that own businesses or companies they don't smoke. They don't care about cannabis. They don't know anybody that's incarcerated. And so being at Meds Cafe, I'm truly lucky to be one of the exceptions, right? Where the bosses care about the culture, they care about the community. They've got a long history of working within this to legalize cannabis, to bring forward justice to the people that deserve it most. And that's what we're doing at the Redemption Foundation. a lot of the work that we do at the Great Lakes Expungement Network does overlap with the foundation because the foundation does a lot of our funding. But it really is, we at the foundation are no more the Great Lakes Expungement Network than what you at Meds Cafe are, right? So we're a collection of
It has
organizations.
a totally separate
Yeah, we're
address.
definitely different 501c3s. And I think what's best about the expungement network is it really is that easy. What do you do there? We expunge records. We do eligibility screenings. This is really, Michigan is the place for second chances, and that's why we all have a Lions jersey in our back of our closet, right? We root for the underdog, and there's nothing controversial about expungement. You know, I was sentenced to 4 years. I wasn't sentenced to a lifetime. But for many folks, a criminal record ends up being a lifetime of pain and
And
lifetime.
so, more specifically, the Redemption Foundation takes care of a lot of the administrative costs and
100% of our administrative
yeah,
costs.
and so then everything that comes in for the Great Lakes Expungement Network does go to the cost for getting somebody's record expunged, which includes lawyers and fingerprinting and all types of shit, and it becomes expensive depending on how somebody's situation is and how much work they need. And we're the only organization that takes somebody from start to finish through this process.
Yeah, full service, fee free expungements. We're the only ones in the state that file for you, provide you with local attorneys that really fight. We've done 800 of these and never had a denial. This comes from having good, solid attorneys, but it also comes from a real understanding. We're filing in so many numbers at once. We're able to have these communications with the prosecutor's office and with the courts to say, here's how we believe these clients should be perceived or what have you. But also remember that, believe it or not, when people are being sentenced to prison or whatever that sentence may be, it is a chance for rehabilitation, at least in the eyes of the court. So denying them an expungement is denying that the system is working. And the assumption from start to begin to finish, at least from the judge's perspective, is expungement, right? And so we don't, it's really more about filing and getting in there and getting it to the judge that provides all those, I guess, roadblocks before you get there. I would say that expungement is and has been our most talked about, most spent, the one that we're working on the most over the past 18 or 19 months. And that just comes as a reflection of the number of people that are affected by it. So remember, 2.5 million people in Michigan have a criminal record. That's 1 in 4. These are not, the real bad guys probably don't have records at all, Jamie. But these are people that are your Sunday school teachers.
Many cannabis people thought that they weren't doing anything that was either outside of the law or worthy of such criminal, attention. It was like after the MMA passed, which is the Medical Caregiver System Law, 2008. In some areas, it was like shooting fish in a barrel for police, because people honestly thought that they were following this new law, this new way of, being able to utilize cannabis, and it didn't turn out to be the case. So a lot of people were kind of persecuted in that regard, and those numbers are reflective of a lot of people that are essentially innocent, and they shouldn't have been, caught up in that stuff. So that's another motivation to really want to right this wrong. These aren't none of these people are like evil,
no, all the bad stuff that people are uncomfortable with expunging is already not expungible, right? So I'm really proud of the work that we do here, and it is work that is necessary. It is work that touches every county in Michigan. We have clients everywhere. There's not a single place you could smoke weed, sneak weed, or buy weed that we don't have a client. And I think that that's telling in terms of how many people come into the store and either need an expungement or may have gone through our program already. So, believe it or not, Jamie, this is something I find unbelievable, but not everybody smokes cannabis, right? And not everybody enjoys it being in their community. And so having a real example of these cannabis companies giving back and being not only intricate parts of that community, but vital parts of that community is necessary for the entire industry to grow. And so, it's very easy for people to just not or at least not to give back in a way that gives value. And I think that Meds Cafe has been very consistent about not only do we want to give back, but we want to give back in areas that affect all of our community, even people that aren't coming into our stores, and that allows um, all of us in any area to get all of to get more dispensaries, to get more shops, to get more events. Every time the public sees a cannabis company doing good, it does wonders for the rest of us.
Awesome. Just to further offer perspective for people, uh, Josh and I were in on Glenn from the beginning, and
Board members.
worked with Josey to help form it. Josey's the engine. She's the energy there, but we do remain on the board and have continued to work directly with the organization because it does all the things that you just said. And when you hear people say, "Hey, we got this expungement fair going on," that's true, they do, but that is the initial step. That's the screening, that's eligibility type stuff. That might be fingerprints sometimes, or some of the stuff that you need, but the entire process is a different story, and that's where a lot of the larger costs come in. And this organization does the whole thing, so it is unique in that, and it's been noted too for that. But it's also very difficult, so we have to keep on doing things to raise funds and that type of stuff. This is longer than typical for one of these, but you have so much like interesting stuff to say. We're definitely going to like keep updating on what's happening and let people know, what's going on. I know the sneaker ball is coming up in Hazel Park, which is going to be fun. There's a social use lounge in Hazel Park City in Metro Detroit. And
Yeah. Before we go, I do want to do a quick plug for our sneaker ball and then also for our Hash Bash treasure map. We are doing a sneaker ball. Pull out your favorite kicks. Come on out. Dress up, or dress down. As long as your sneakers are stealing
where's that info? Where can somebody find that info?
Great Lakes Expungement Network.org/sneakerball. There's going to be door prizes. There's a sneaker contest. There is food and a coffee bar. And of course, every VIP bag has over $150 worth of weed in it. Everything from hash rosin and bubble hash to carts and pre-rolls. I'm really excited to have everybody out for it. Tickets are super limited. I'm pretty sure we're sold out of standard tickets in some of the sponsorships. But if you want a ticket, or I think Meds Cafe is going to be represented out there. If you want to come out, please be sure that you visit Great Lakes Expungement Network.org/sneakerball. And then, of course, we are bringing back a industry favorite for Hash Bash this year. We're doing our Hash Bash treasure maps, which will go on sale from the beginning of March until April 3rd. The redeemable March 29th through April 3rd. There are 8 dispensaries, 2 smoke shops, 2 restaurants, each providing a free gift without purchase. It's over a $200 value. It includes a ticket to the Hash Bash Cups, 10 cannabis gifts, and donuts and coffee and the
Wait a
whole.
second. I didn't know it included tickets to the Hash Bash Cup.
Yes, a single day entry to the Hash Bash Cup, which I'm really excited about.
Yeah, that's great value. I mean, that's great added value. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people want to do that, and it's a few extra bucks to do it, and to just be able to take care of that with the purchase of this map.
It's actually cheaper to buy the map than to buy the single day ticket.
If anybody from Meds is planning on going to Hash Bash, first of all, there's a few different components of it. There's the Hash Bash Cup, which is at a hotel on the kind of outskirts of town, which is a surreal experience, and it's a lot of fun, and I'm definitely going to be there a lot. There's the Monroe Street Fair, which is a few blocks are closed off, and there's a lot of vendors, a lot of business, and really cool activity, music and stuff like that. Then there's a traditional Hash Bash rally, of which I helped to organize and head up, and that's on the steps of the Diag, an area of campus where the rally was kicked off 52 years ago. And so all those things are going on. And if somebody from the company is going to come out, and I hope many people do, we're going to have a nice presence down there. Then let's arrange to get one of these maps for you, for sure. Let me know if you're planning on coming, and we'll look at doing that. I also wanted to point out that Josey wrote and created the first handbook that we've been using to this point. We've now been spending some time, updating some of those policies and procedures and overviewing it. And I've been taking this information to Josey, and we've just we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel for getting an updated version together and preserving a lot of the great work that she put into that the first time around. And so we have that to look forward to too. And you just do everything, so it's much appreciated. And if you look over Josey's left shoulder, you get a glimpse of Brenda Scoggin in her natural habitat.
She's probably smoking weed back there.
There's an ongoing challenge. If anybody can smoke Brenda under the table, you're welcome.
Yeah, $20.5 ounce of weed.
There you go. Anybody think they want to take that on? So it should be easy. No problem. Yeah.
Easy $20.
But anyway, Josey, we're going to update with you a lot. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff that you drive that we support that we like being a part of, and everybody should know about it. And some of the stuff's not pleasant to talk about, but that's why the effort's needed there. And just much appreciated. Yep. So, anything else you want to leave us with?
I just love Meds Cafe. I'm grateful to be a part of the family. I'm really proud. There's so many folks in the industry who start these businesses and they want to make money, or they want, they don't smoke weed. They probably didn't vote for medical marijuana in 2008. And so when we're looking for places to go and people to, employment to call home, I know that is something that's difficult for all of us, and I hope that you are as happy to be here at Meds Cafe as what I am. They are here to make an impact, and they are dedicated to helping people that are still trapped in the arms of prohibition. So thank you for being here. Thank you for investing in us. Please go to the redemptionfoundation.org to see more of our services. Thanks for having me.
Right on, Josey. And we'll be back with you to get updates on what's going on. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.